All right, everybody, welcome in. We're here with Sushi's World, their Wednesday night scrimmage. And we've got some good teams in here tonight. And our match number one is going to be Erangel. Erangel is home to a lot of these players. This is kind of the very first map that everybody kind of plays on before downloading every other map there is. So this is going to be very home to a lot of these players, these teams. And we've got a very good and a decent flight path. We're coming out of the just north of Quarry to on the west side, all the way out toward prison on the east side, but it's a very southern flight path, so that's giving these teams Pachinki School in Razak, Primorsk, Yasnaya Polyana up towards the northeast area, military base, Georgia Pool, which is a little ways out there, but it's very doable for these teams to get down, grab a car, get out that way. Severny up there kind of towards the northern part is a little far off the flight path, but is very doable. Again, teams can jump down, grab a vehicle, and go out there, loot up, suit up, and grab what they need. We've got several teams kind of jumping out, headed towards the north. We may see a lot of teams actually jump to the north side of this. There's a lot of good places for these teams to get to that are got some good loot for them. And it's all kind of up towards the north of this flight path. And our very first zone is going to be kind of that northern central of the map here. So, and we've got, we're jumping right on in down into Pachinki, where we have Team 21, Arise Esports, and they are already getting in on it with Team 7, ZeroFixGiven. And who is the other team that is here? We've got Team 14. Team 14 is gonna be SE4L, I believe. No, Team 14 is gonna be Secret Way. They do have a member that is actually from another team. Heading right over into Gatka, we've got Team 17 in Golden Fire and a Team 4 Entity, and they are at it already. Entity's already down to just 2 members. If they can get this revived, then it is going to be that was a nice drop there, but was unable to actually get it. So Golden Fire up to 4 eliminations. They're going to come back. They're going to grab that revive. That's going to keep them a team of 3 moving forward here. Heading over right into Milta, we have Team 3 Exo Elites. And a Team 12. This is going to be MI2 Esports. Alright, Exo Elites already have lost a member, so moving forward, being a team of 3, it looks like they're going to be more than likely going up against the team that's going to be a full squad. Exos are in trouble. They do have they have members down, and they are out just like that. And MI, our 2IM, are up to 4 eliminations, and we've already lost 2 full teams already. And we've also lost Team 21, Arise Esports. They were a duo, so they were very quickly down and out. Ooh, heading right over into prison. We've got Team 20, and we've got a user. And team 16 here. This is going to be NEXGEN. Shadow with some shots, gets some good hits, and is laying down that fire. Does get a drop, and is very quickly could be securing that elimination. All right, Reaper from User are coming in, trying to get a revive. Looks like he's going to get that revive. This is excellent work here. Very quick to the rescue. This is going to be keeping User up to a duo. All right, Shadow got the revive as well. All right, dead shot with NEXGEN is down though, and is very quickly there. That had been taken out. Shadow there, definitely. Oh, stepped out a little too far there around that corner. It did get dropped, but did get a drop as well. Ooh, we've got a lot of teams that are bunching up right here. Getting y'all back in that action. Let's do this right here. Let's go heading right back over into there. If I can, there we go. So team 22, Zero Mercy, is now down to just a single player. If they can definitely get this revive, getting them up back up on their feet will help them out. And it looks like a Scar Killer, maybe either A in the area. Yep, they are looking like they were trying to get that revive. So the Stars is still down and is out. So looks like Zero Mercy just got eliminated. And they did indeed. That is going to be Team 8. Almost there, up to 4 eliminations, and we are 11 teams remaining. So almost there is now actually in a fight there with Team 11. All right, Team 11, Venom Shadows. They're not too far from almost there. And it looks like they are going to clear that area, get out of there as quickly as they can. Our zone is moving in. Yep, and they are out of there. Our zone is moving in now, so it has still got the Raza school area, so we might see a school in the zone here. Headed over to Team 13, Rival 6. And they have a team of 3 starting out match 1 here, just being a team of 3. Team 6, Final Gooner, is down. There is no teammate in sight at all. So Gunnar may be in a little, there's definitely going to be some trouble, but we've got Team 17. And Firedom is moving in, and Gunnar is about to be down and out. So team final gonna be moving forward as a team of 3. And our zone is starting to get really small for 11 teams that are remaining. It is going to be extremely brutal here. There is going to be lots of fights. Alright, we've got Team 15 as Sinners. Alright, they making their way into zone. We might see them kind of push towards the shooting range. Saverny. Alright, almost there. Has a really good position. They are kind of almost the center here of the zone. And this does give them a little bit of an advantage, a little bit of time to be able to decide where to go, where the zone's going to shift to, and then completely move in that direction if need be. But we've got teams that are, looks like Team User are down and out. And they just went out to Rival 6. So they are up to 2 eliminations. And those last 2 members there are going to be kind of getting out of there, moving a little bit closer into the center zone, waiting for that shift. Alright, Sinners have taken up a building as well, just north of Rozek, along with almost there, just north of Rozek as well. So we've got the teams moving into the center. R6 is down. Definitely got into the fight there with Team 12. 2IM. And they are sitting as a duo with 4 eliminations. R6 is dropping back. It looks like may potentially get a revive. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. All right, Capybara moving in. Our zone shifts up towards the front, up towards the north, just north of Rozek with a school, or with a shooting range that is now in zone. All right, let's go find Prime here. All right, Prime just holding the corner down. It does kind of have a little bit, can see just a little bit, but not too much. Our Rival 6 may be moving out of there. As these teams, we do have 10 teams remaining. It's going to get crazy here with all of the teams that are rotating into the zone. And there is not a lot of cover here. Let's head with Karan here. Let's see what these teams are going to be looking for and looking at here. Let's get a bird's eye view. All right, so there's some trees there. There's some rocks. But for the most part, looking at it, it's a lot of open area. So these teams are going to be able to are going to need to rely on those smoke grenades, and mollies to kind of move around the teams that are going to be pushing in. But Center is holding up the building, and this may be one of few buildings that's going to be remaining left in the zone, and they are centered. Team 7 at ZeroFixGiven. They are with up to 5 eliminations. And they are sitting as a duo. Team 9, Lily Esports, 0 eliminations. And Yuli just got eliminated, so they're going to be a team of 2 here. VENOM SHADOWS with 6 eliminations. And they are moving into the zone as well. So all of our teams now that are remaining are inside the zone, and they are getting lit up here as they are trying to make it up into the zone. Alright, Dr. Bunnies gets dropped and shot and taken out. Almost there, up there on the hill, and was definitely waiting for them to move in. So they are now up to 6 eliminations as well. We've got quite a few teams that are going to be with the 6 eliminations right now. Alright, Rival 6. Kind of in a bind here now. They are just going to be just a solo, but R6 needs to find some cover and to try to stay out of sight. Alright, moving over with a final are kind of right there. So with R6, and coming down the hill is going to be Team 18. Oblivion Esports. They have definitely kind of laid low a little bit there, waiting for the prime opportunity to kind of move in. Let's see what they are. So Team 18 is going to be so they are up to 1 elimination, and they are actually gonna, looks like they could very well get a few more eliminations added to their name and their team here. Alright, finals being a team of 3. They're decided to roll right in. That nice hit. Definitely got some drops there. Sinners are in trouble very quickly there. They are just been eliminated 2 of their members. So final moving up to 4 eliminations. The Sinners are losing 2 of their members, and it's now being a duo with 0 eliminations. They do have some time here to be able to try to get some eliminations and points on the board as well. But they are in that top 10, so they're going to get some placement points. Alright, we are up to we are down to 5 teams remaining. Oof. Finals quickly moved in, and Sinners are now down to just one member, and our zone has shifted. So almost there is going to take that zone. Slay is in trouble. Grenades went out and is down and out. So Finals now up to 6 eliminations. Coming in very quickly here is going to be Oblivion Esports, Team 18. Alright, Finals is going to be a team of 3, so Oblivion are going to be moving really quickly. They are sitting as, I believe, a full squad still with the 2 eliminations. So if they could get in close enough here, could see a Finals going out. And they are starting to smoke it all up. 4 teams are remaining. Chris got knocked out of the car and is down. Can X get the revive? Is indeed gonna get it. Alright, the zone's closing in. Finals are gonna need to grab a vehicle as quickly as this can. This zone is going to be hurting. Oblivion Esports with 3 eliminations, moving right on into the zone. Almost there is in the center of this zone when they are closing in fast with Team 18 and a team of 7. Wolf is down 4, almost there. Moten is down as well. All right, Z, the last one still standing for almost there. 3 teams remaining. Oh, and ZeroFixGiven have been eliminated with just 1 grenade. Zyva77, I believe, had that grenade in hand and was able to well place it, get it in there. Oblivion Esports is a full squad. GG's, that was a beautiful grenade. Oblivion Esports taking that chicken dinner for match number 1. Almost there, coming in second. ZeroFixGiven are in coming in third. Final coming in 4th. Sinners coming in 5th. 2IM coming in 6th. Venom coming in 7th. Lily Esports coming in 8th. Rival 6 coming in 9th. User coming in 10th. Golden Fire coming in 11th. Zero Mercy coming in 12th. Underrated coming in 13th. NEXGEN coming in 14th. Team SE4L coming in 15th. Exo Elites coming in 16th. Entity coming in 17th. And last but not least, Arise Esports coming in 18th. Now going all out goes to Baby T's with 7 eliminations. Best companion with 2 rescues goes to User Reaper, and Geo dealing that final kill, giving Oblivion Esports that chicken dinner for match number 1. Y'all hang tight. We'll get you into match number 3 here as quickly as we can. All right, we are match number 2 here in Myanmar. Myanmar being one of the larger land maps. Definitely could see some teams kind of slowing down a little bit, kind of taking that easy, trying to take on fights when they can, when they come up, and getting the stuff that they need, looting and suiting up. All right, we are got a flight path that is coming out of the south, directly going over Los Llanos and all the way out to Cruz de Ville and Campo Militar. Definitely some good places for these teams to definitely jump down, grab what they need. San Martin Hacienda. That is directly along this flight path. Very well could see teams that jump there. That is a very hot spot for this map. A lot of good loot there. Maybe see some teams kind of push out toward El Pozo there. Who knows? That is gonna be crazy. All right, we've got teams that are jumping out really quickly for this map. Very early on in the flight path as well, so we'll see how that goes. All right, give me just a second. I've got some. All right, we've got teams jumping out. Looks like this is kind of going to be a weird 50-50-ish split. It looks like we've got teams going down into Los Llanos. Los Llanos being the larger city. Teams could jump down there, grab what they can, and then get out of there before any other teams know that they're there. And we've got two teams going straight up to Campo Militar. And the teams are on the ground right now. So let's actually jump with user. Looks like they're going to be headed out to Campo Militar. We already have teams already in the fights. Right here inside Los Llanos, Golden Phyre up to 1 elimination fairly quickly. And that is going to be a team of 14, and they have lost a member, and they are gonna be hurting. So team 14 is Secret Ways, starting out at team 3 on a large map. Has its advantages and has its disadvantages, but going against teams that are full squads, it is not gonna look pretty for some of these teams that are gonna be just a team of 3 heading right up into Entity, and where they were up there. Let's drop back in on them. So Zero Mercy started out with being a full squad, is down and out, and it looks like team 4 Entity, 4 eliminations. They did lose a member of their team. They are getting the other 2 revives. That's going to be keeping them a full team of 3 here moving forward. Let's jump in with the Team 18, Oblivion Esports. They're up there in a Campo Militar, and it looks like they do have... So they're going to be a full squad, but they do have a member that they have knocked down with User. User has 2 members down. This may be a tricky getting the revives here for both of those members with Team 18 that is directly right there with them. Blade is down though. All right, while these teams are battling it out real quick, I do have the results for match 1. We're going to quickly take a look at that while these teams are kind of battling it out. So, Oblivion Esports coming in first with 16 total points. ZeroFixGiven coming in with 16 points as well. They are tied. This match right here could make or break those two teams for sure. Almost there, coming in third with 14 points. Final coming in fourth with 10. Venom Shadows coming in fifth with 9. Rival 6 coming in sixth with 5. We've got a lot of teams that are very, very close in points. This match and the next matches are going to make or break these teams. Getting y'all back in that action right here real quick. All right, we're down to 15 teams already, and we've lost Team 20 User and Zero Mercy. They have already been eliminated. They have been sent back to the lobby where they're going to be waiting for match number 3 here whenever we get done. All right, like I said, Hacienda San Martin. We've got 2 teams here. This is going to be definitely a hot spot here, but we got Team 9. Lily Esports. They've lost 2 members. Let's see. They've lost 2 already, so they're going to be a duo entity with 6 total eliminations right now for match 2, and they've lost only 1 member. And they are still here in the Hacienda San Martin. All right, we've got quite a few teams that are outside our very next zone here. So we're going to be moving into zone 2 here. So with a lot of those teams still outside the zone, it is going to be kind of a slow and steady for those teams. But as soon as that zone starts moving, these teams will be rotating into the very next one. Looks like Yuli was getting some shots in there. Not sure if anything actually connected. All right, we've got teams that are in between Pacado and Los Leonos. We still got one team that is in Los Leonos out there in that blue zone. Golden Fire right there with in the zone. Let's go check. Let's go fall back in on them. All right, so they got Team 7 that's out there. So that's Team 7 at Zero Fox. Laughter with some shots. Nothing really connects. Did get probably a couple hits on the car, so that is going to kind of slow them down just a little bit. And it looks like Jokes and Laughter are both down. So the other two, are they going to be able to get these revives? This is going to be a tricky, but they are could well get these revives. They are off at a little bit of a distance, so may or may not be able to, because the other 2 of the members of Zero Fox are still dealing with a Golden Fire. Ooh, let's head over to Team 12. They're getting some dangerously close here. All right, so they are right there with the Sinners. All right, Prime getting a little close there. Let's see. Can he get the grenade? Is actually prepping that grenade. Could very well get a good grenade, and it doesn't actually connects anything. Does get another molly out there. Looks like a maybe. All right, Quran definitely dodged those. Headed back with ZeroFox. Almost there, kind of rolling in. Havoc with some shots. All right, with 15 teams remaining, it's gonna be crazy. All right, team 16 and NEXGEN. They have 0 eliminations. ZeroFox are down and out. I believe, let's double check. And they are, so almost there, up to 6 eliminations for the team. Our zone kind of staying in the graveyard area, so these teams are going to have kind of a little bit of cover and a lot of high points here. All right, Exo Elites, they're moving into the zone. Let's see, there's not a lot that's actually going on right now. It's like Venom just got a member taken out. All right, Team 18, Oblivion. 4 eliminations, and they're making They were just kind of inside zone. The zone did shift on them, so they're going to have to travel just a little ways. Team of 14. Looks like they may have a little secret way. And they are down and out just that quick. Almost there, gets it, and they are up to 8 eliminations. XO Elite's getting some shots in on the center. Did get a few hits there. Alright, Sinners with currently 0 eliminations, but they are kind of holding down the fort here, almost in the center. And the cam just won't stay up. Alright, with our last remaining few teams kind of scattered out just a little bit, so they're kind of waiting on for this zone to shift their way in. And the Sinners are going to take that zone, and they're going to hold the only building that now provides them any sort of cover here. They're going to hold that down. The rest of the teams are going to need to be moving in. XO Elite's getting some shots. They did get an elimination there. Alright, Swazi with a grenade. Can he place that grenade in there? And Chris gets healed up there. XO Elites. They're now down to just 2 members. And they have gotten a... Alright, they're getting that revive very nicely. Again... Alright, almost there, kind of rolling into the zone. We're 6 teams that are remaining, and this zone is about to get absolutely crazy. Coops is down with Underrated. Underrated with only... a duo. They're in trouble. Looks like they're going to probably be down and out there, as they were definitely getting bombarded. Moten with a grenade. That was going to be a beautiful grenade there. Does it actually do any sort of damage. Uh-oh, we are in trouble. We're going to try to get y'all here into that action as both of the cameras decided to drop and go down. Four teams remain. Holy cow, we can't even keep them up. Both of them are down. Devices, the main cameras just can't hold it. Too much action going on. All right, we got one of them back up. Three teams are still remaining. We've got Centers, a full squad. We are 2v2. Two teams remain. They're both sitting as a full squad going into this. Almost there with 16 eliminations. They have come through for this one, this match for sure. Now let's see if they can keep that energy moving into matches 3 and 4. Let's see if they can keep it going. Centers that have lost a member already. They're now down to just 3. Almost there, has the upper hand here. With the Centers kind of down in the buildings. Even though almost there has the upper hand, the upper portion of it. It could still be anybody's match. Stone Cold goes that down. Almost there, gets a member that's been dropped. There's a definitely working really hard trying to get that quickly, get the revive. Wolf kind of out there on his trying to hold the attention. Stone Cold back up on their feet. Gonna heal up. Again, this is gonna be... Our zone is closing in really quickly. Good grenade. Van with some more grenades going out, trying to get them down. Alright, Centers are now in trouble. Almost there. Is going to hold that zone. The Centers have to push into this zone. Van pushing quickly. GG's and nicely done. Almost there. Taking that chicken dinner for match number 2. Centers coming in second. 2IM coming in third. EXO Elites coming in fourth. Golden Fire coming in 6th. Unrated coming in 6th. Final coming in 7th. Oblivion Esports coming in 8th. NEXGEN coming in 9th. VENOM coming in 10th. R6 coming in 11th. Secret Way coming in 12th. Lily Esports coming in 13th. ZeroFox coming in 14th. Entity coming in 15th. User coming in 16th. And Zero Mercy coming in. They were coming in at 17th. Going all out with going to Van with 8 eliminations. 77. Best companion. Final kill goes to Van as well, giving almost there the chicken dinner for match number 2. Y'all hang tight. We'll get you into match number 3 here as quickly as we can. All right, while we are waiting, here are the results for match 2. All right, almost there, taking 44 points. Oblivion Esports coming in second with 21. ZeroFixGiven 17 total points, coming in third. Coming in fourth is Sinners with 12. Coming in fifth is Final, coming in with 12 points as well. So we've got kind of a very close here between Sinners, Final, and Venom. So this next match, match 3, we can make or break this. 2IM coming in 7th with 9. Team Entity coming in 8th with 9. Golden Phyra coming in 9th with 8. Definitely see another group here that's going to be kind of very close in points. Exo Elites and Users both tied with a total of 6 points right now after match 2. So with it almost there, let's see if they can keep that energy that they brought from match 2 and kind of stay there on top. And then Oblivion Esports coming in second with 21. We could definitely see them pick up some kills here, maybe even some placement points, get up there in the top 10, maybe top 5, and then get some eliminations and tie there and get tied with almost there. ZeroFox, we could more than likely we'll see them come in and get some points and then kind of move up there in the second place there. All right, we are working on getting into the match. Y'all just kind of hang tight with us. All right, match number 3. We're going to be back here in Erangel. All right, we are coming out of the military base all the way up straight up toward Zarki, kind of on that west side there of this map with Gatka Hospital, Georgia Pool, Corey. Chinky is definitely inside this flight path as well, kind of up there just a little ways, but very easy to jump to. Shooting range as well, can jump out, get right out there to it. Severny now, we're pushing out there a little bit, but it's still very doable for these teams to be able to jump out and even potentially coast out there if they pull the parachute kind of at a right time, maybe even jump down, grab a vehicle, roll into a Severny. And then if teams wanted to get out towards Yasnaya Poliana, we could, more than likely, teams are going to jump down, grab a vehicle, and move out in that direction. And it is almost kind of a 25-75 split. Teams going to staying on the west side here, and then actually then moving over into the east of this side of the flight path. But we've got our very first zone is going to be that south zone with Georgia, with military base in play here. So we might see a lot of these teams just kind of like set up, kind of bridge camp here a little bit. All right, almost there were our winners from last match. So we're going to be jumping with them. In Savan was our going all out. Had the most eliminations on the team. And it definitely has scattered out. Looks like kind of jumped by themselves, though. So almost there. Did do a split quite a bit, but they are in some good areas. They are not too far from each other, just in case if one of them does get into a alteration with another team. All right, XO Elites, they are there in the kind of the South Georgia pool, kind of in the crates. They are in crates. And then right across the water is gonna be Sinners. Team 21, Arise Esports already got a member down. They are not looking too good right off the bat. They've got 3 of their members down already. They are definitely in trouble. Newbie is the last one that is kind of still up, with a final right there, moving in very quickly. Newbie needs to confirm this kill that is for team at 21. Go ahead and confirm that kill. That elite, oh, getting a revive. Thought it was another member that was down. Thought it might have been a final that was over there that had snuck in behind and was then dropped. All right, so they are now got a up to a duo. This does help just a little bit. All right, Freddy's moving in. And a team 21. Arise Esports down and out. And they're going to be our first team that is going to be sent back to the lobby, going to be waiting on match 4. NEXGEN out there in Zarky. They're going to be making their way, and looks like our zone is starting to push in. So he's going to be pushing the teams into the next zone here. Zeus with some range. Team User coming in being a team of 3. We just saw them lose one of their members. So they're going to be pushing forward now with it being a duo, but they are going up against Entity. And it looks like they were about to be in some serious trouble. Owns you with a grenade and is down and out. Entity up with 3 eliminations. IM got 2 eliminations. Nicely done there. Definitely avoided being hit by the car and was able to get that elimination. They are up to 3 eliminations now. We've got 14 teams remaining. EXO Elites out there in the blue zone with Oblivion out there in the hospital. So both of these teams are going to have to be battling each other, going at it, and plus they got to pay attention to their health and the zone. That was a good grenade. Geo did get dropped there. Skills is down as well. It looks like EXO Elites could very well get some eliminations. Nuts with another beautiful drop. All right, not even going to take time to be able to get that revive. Definitely going to just kind of put them in and move them to the zone, or at least away from out of the danger. And XOs are not letting them get away that quickly. All right, Oblivion is back up on their feet. They do now have just a duo here moving forward, and XOs are boxing them in and surrounding them. They may be in trouble. And Oblivion is definitely about to be in some trouble. They do have one of their members. I think Reaper is down and out, and they're gone right back to the lobby. XOs with 3 eliminations. They're going to need to get into the vehicles now and move into the zone, because the zone is going to start hurting here a lot. Zone is still keeping military base and a ferry pier that is still in the zone. We do have 2 teams on both sides. So we've got Entity on the northern part of the zone, and then we have Rival 6 on the other side. Definitely keeping these teams from crossing in any direction. All right, we still got a handful of teams that are playing out there in that blue zone. Need to get into the zone. as quickly as they can, because that zone again is gonna start hurting. So hopefully they'll have plenty of meds. We got the Venom moving in right on top of a Rival 6, so we'll keep a quick close eye. We're gonna drop in with a Hollow and see what is going on. Dr. Bunny's there, hurting just a little bit, and is healed up. You drops back. Looks like majority of our teams are going to kind of bunch up here into the Ferry Pier area. And Chris is down and out with Final. So we could very well, with the zone that is still here, we could see maybe a bridge zone. R6 got some shots in. R6 is down. That grenade just passed him. Didn't get any hits there. Didn't eliminate. Rival 6 with 4 eliminations. 7 is moving out there into the bridge. All right, Underrated with 2 eliminations. Got Lily Esports that's moving in, trying to make it into the zone. They are sitting as a duo. Evil Bert goes down. Can they get the revive here? It doesn't look like it's gonna. They're gonna try to go for that revive. They're gonna try to get into the zone. And Venom just goes out to Zero Mercy, I believe. Let's jump in. No, that is not. That is going to be Zero Fox. "11 teams are remaining." And we are going to have a wide open area. This is going to be kind of a 50-50 here between the land and the water that is still remaining. These teams are going to be moving in quite a bit. We've got a lot of teams that are in the Ferry Pier area. It is gonna be crazy here on that in that area. Oh, they're gonna be trying to fight for the boats. Almost there with 4 eliminations. They're still alive, all 4 of them. All right, and Sinners are going to be in that middle zone. They're going to be taking up I believe the only building. Nope, there's still another set of building, but it's kind of off there just a little bit. But they are going to be in the center of the build of the zone. Underrated gets kind of gets taken out there. They are down. It looks like they have 2 members down at 77k. Coops is actually still up. Can Coops keep them alive? I believe they are down and out. Coops is down. All right, Sinners up to 5 elimination. Who was in the center here? Team 13, Rival 6. And they are moving again to that center. They are going to try to hold up a nice little spot here. They are keeping the water to the back, so any other zone, they're going to have dead center. They're going to watch all of these teams that are going to be coming across. We've got teams coming across the bridge. We've got a whole bunch that is going on. Entity and kind of getting stuck out there. They are very close to into the zone. This is going to be good for them, but they are going to be moving forward, just being a duo here. Wolf did get dropped. ZeroFox, they're up there holding in that zone right there on that bridge. Wolf is going to be revived, headed back over to Rival 6. Prime moving in with a team of 12, does get across. Prime getting hit there with grenades. Hollow is down with a Rival 6. We've got a team coming across the water. It's going to be a teammate which is going to be almost there. They're going to be getting across the water. Entity moving in. We've got 5 teams remaining, and Rival 6 is right in the middle of all of that action that is going on. As ZeroFox, they are moving in as well. They're going to be a team of 3. Three teams are remaining now. ZeroFoxes are moving in very quickly. There looks like they're right on top of Rival 6, and this is Rival 6 could be all downhill from here. Hollow down again. This is a 3v3 on the side of the cliff here. Baby T's just kind of goes off the side. Rival 6 have been eliminated. Entity coming in. They're going to be a duo. Can they hold their own here with ZeroFox? Wolf is down. Alright, trying to get that revive. Can it? And that down and out, and ZeroFoxes. Chicken dinner for match number 3. Entity coming in second. Rival 6 coming in third. Almost there, coming in fourth. 2IM coming in 5th. Exo Elites coming in 6th. Golden Fire coming in 7th. Sinners coming in 8th. Lily Esports coming in 9th. Underrated coming in 10th. NEXGEN coming in 11th. Venom coming in 12th. Final coming in 13th. Oblivion coming in 14th. Users coming in 15th. Zero Mercy coming in 16th. And Arise Esports coming in 17th. All right, we'll get you here into match number 3. Y'all hang tight. All right, we're here in match 3, but before we get started, while we're waiting to board that plane, here are the results for the unofficial results right now for matches 1 through 3. Almost there, still having taken that first place right now. They are up there with 57 points. ZeroFox coming in second with 37. They did jump up there with those kills and placement points. Coming in third is going to be Oblivion with 22 points. Coming in fourth, Rival 6 with 21. Team Entity coming in fifth with 20. Got a lot of close coming in here. ZeroFixGiven could come out on top here with being here in a Sandhawk, and we are right there in that action. Let's get it. All right, coming out of the docks, headed right over to Camp Charlie with Pan all the way out to Camp Alpha. We got boot camp in Paradise Resort. Now, with this being Sandhawk being a small map, any flight path these teams can get to just about anywhere. So we could very well see quite a few teams going into boot camp, even though it is right here. Might see a couple teams going to Penn, but very well could see a lot of these teams kind of push out toward the Tamaki area. But heading right down smack in the middle of boot camp, we have a lot of teams down here. We have a user, we have Sinners, we have ZeroFox, we have a Final, we have Arise Esports, and it is an all-out. We've got a lot going on right here. Chris with Final is down. ZeroFixGiven are down and out just that quick, and that is going to actually hurt them just a little bit because they had been eliminated fairly quickly here right off the bat. User or Reaper is down. Final getting that elimination is going to be giving them 2 eliminations, and they are going for that revive. That should be keeping them a team of 3 here. Owns you with team user, last one still stands. Lily Esports is also here inside boot camp. We had quite a few teams, and we've also got some others going on too. We've got a lot going on. We got up at Camp Alpha, Golden Phyre losing 2 members, but they did get a team elimination. Not sure which team it was. Might have been Underrated, Team 19, I believe. We'll keep an eye over there on Camp Alpha, as Oblivion is actually moving in on the Golden Phyre. We still got quite a few teams here inside of boot camp. We still have Sinners here. Lily Esports. Looks like those are going to be the only 2, so they'll clear it out really quickly. So we'll head back over to Camp Alpha with Oblivion and a Golden Phyre. This is a 4v2. Geo is down. Reaper is down. All right, this is now turned into a 2v2. Golden Phyra with 5 eliminations. Not Taco goes down and out. Skills down and out. Golden Phyra takes them out, and they are up to 8 eliminations already, just that quick, and we are down to 7 teams that are remaining. 2IM making their way into the boot camp. They're going to be a team of 3. And then, as you can see, just off of the distance a little ways, you have almost there that's moving in as well, but they are taking their time. All right, with just 7 teams that are remaining, 6 of our teams are right here in the boot camp, trying to stay alive, fight it out, and it is a all-out craziness right here. Sinners up to with 4 eliminations, still sitting as a full squad. All right, we now have XO Elites. They are making their way in, trying to join the party. And it looks like they're going to be a team of 4 with 1 elimination. Currently, they have definitely walking right into some opportunities here to be able to get some eliminations. We have Zero Mercy. They're out there in the blue zone making their way in. We have get y'all back here. Back in boot camp. Lily Esports with 4 eliminations, and they are a duo. They are holding their own here while being in boot camp. And it looks like Sinners, nope, they're still alive. Let's head over with Raven. Gets a grenade out, doesn't get any damage there, but is trying to hold off the team so they can get that revive. Not able to get the revive. 2 good grenades get thrown, and Sinners are going to be down and out. Lily Esports putting up the points now. They're up to 6 eliminations. And almost there are the full squad inside boot camp. And they're going to be pushing really hard here onto Lily Esports. Shotguns are in hand. 77 ZV. It's the last one that's going to be still standing for Lily Esports. Shotgun in hand, trying to get those eliminations. Gets a good drop. Can get another one. Gets an elimination. Gets a drop. using that smoke for sure. Svan, the last one, is going to be still standing for almost there. They came in as a full squad and was quickly eliminated and almost taken out. There is one member that is still left for him. Savan is the last one that is still standing. Zero Mercy coming in and eliminating Lily Esports. XO Elites with one member. Nuts is the one that's coming in. Almost gets a drop there. Gets taken out. Zero Mercy now is kind of the team that's going to be inside of boot camp with the most members. It looks like they just got dropped one. Golden Phyra out there in the blue zone. They're definitely playing it safe here. Boy, with the shotgun in hand, trying to get the elimination. It needs to heal up here. Trying to get the shotgun, trying to get some hits is going cat and mouse, and Savan is the last one. Nicely done, was able to clutch the win there, keeping almost there alive, but he's going to be the last one still standing with the Golden Phyra, with being a duo team as they're moving into the zone with 8 eliminations. All right, our zone has already shifted. We're actually going to do this. We're going to put both of these teams up on the screen for you guys so y'all can watch them. Alright, so Van has picked up a vehicle, kind of moving into the zone. Could very well take in Panan there. Find a good play, good building to get into. Alright, Golden Phyra definitely have gotten a vehicle. They're going to be moving into the zone. Alright, so we have definitely saw some teams while these teams are kind of closing into one another. We're going to bring up those scores really quickly here while we are waiting on them. We'll get you on the action as soon as they start shooting. All right, so we've seen a lot of teams that were kind of up there in the top 10 area that have very quickly been eliminated. So depending on where they got eliminated from, it may be make or break some of these teams, moving them up or down in the ranking. But these are currently on the unofficial for scores right now. We're about to get y'all in the action. Here's the action. Here it is. Nicely done. They rolled right in there really quickly. And Golden Phyra coming out on top, taking that chicken dinner. They did play it safe all the way through to the very end there. And they came in running right wide open. Got him tied down. and almost there. Coming in second, Zero Mercy coming in third, Exo Elites coming in fourth. Lily Esports coming in fifth, I believe. Let's check. I will check to see who came in fifth. Sinners coming in sixth. 2IM coming in seventh. Oblivion coming in eighth. Entity coming in ninth. Final coming in 10th. Venom coming in 11th. User coming in 12th. Underrated coming in 13th. Arise Esports coming in 14th. And ZeroFixGiven coming in 15th. $77ZV taking the overall, going all out with 5 eliminations. Scar Killer, Best Companion, 2 rescues. Golden Phyra with laughter with Golden Phyra dealing that final kill, giving them that chicken dinner for match number 4. All right, that is it for tonight for the Sushi's World scrimmage that they do on Wednesdays. Until next stream, guys, I will catch y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's Wednesday evening.